The mainframe is not going away because the global 1,000 companies still run their mission critical workloads on that mainframe. There's a lot of modernization that has taken place. Companies have built graphical user front ends, web front ends, to make it a nicer experience for the customer and to add business value to the application. But the heavy lifting, the heavy CI/CS transaction processing, the heavy database management processing that occurs is still happening on that mainframe platform. In fact, in the last 8 years or so, the number of installed MIPS, millions of instructions per second, which is how we kind of generalize the size of a mainframe, has more than doubled from 8 million MIPS to 20 million MIPS. So companies that are using mainframes are continuing to invest in them. They are continuing to use the platform, exploit the platform. In fact, 80% of CIOs that we've talked to say that they are continuing to make an investment and grow that mainframe platform. And a similar amount of CIOs say that they feel that the mainframe is critical to their cloud computing strategy. So the mainframe is playing a very, very big part, like it always has, in meeting the mission of the business. So first and foremost, mainframes are not going to go away. In fact, there's almost a resurgence of folks moving back to them and relying on them more. What is going away are the skills around the mainframe, whether it's assembler and COBOL programmers, systems programmers, DBAs, what have you. Their skills are not as prevalent today as they once were. There's not that many educational institutions that are teaching mainframe COBOL or mainframe assembler. When I went to school, there were a number of places where you could go and get educated in mainframes. It's just not the case today. The younger crowd that are coming out of the colleges are more Windows, Unix, Linux educated folks, but that doesn't translate directly over into a mainframe environment. So the skills are definitely dwindling. The impact of the erosion of this skill set around the mainframe platform is that organizations are having a very hard time backfilling those positions. They're having a hard time finding competent resources to come in and take over the role that was just vacated. We work with a lot of organizations today to help find those resources to help them backfill those positions. A lot of companies have in-house recruiters, but they're not mainframe knowledgeable. So what we're finding in talking with the hiring managers is, yeah, I've talked to my recruiting staff internally. They're not finding me anybody that knows mainframe security or CI/CS or what have you. They're just not able to find those kinds of people. That's because they're just not familiar with it. Us, on the other hand, are in a position, because this is all we do is mainframe related services and technology. That's what we do. So we're working with customers to find the right option for them. And in many cases, it's not necessarily finding a full-time, an FTE to replace a person. It's finding a person that they can use on a part-time basis and use them as needed, which is also a significant financial savings on their part because they're not having to pay a salary, they're not having to pay for insurance and benefits and things like that on top of it. So we have a lot of different options that we can bring to the table to help customers overcome that dwindling skill set in their particular organization.